15 years ago, Danny and his parents were on a plane that crashed. His mother came to Danny's side to comfort him. Suddenly, the plane broke apart and his mother was sucked out of the plane by the turbulence. When Danny woke up, he was lying in the snow with two monks standing in front of him. The doctor found Danny's story a little hard to believe, but listened patiently. After recording Danny's story, the doctor left the room, leaving Danny to struggle alone. The next day Danny sat on his bed and the doctor brought in a patient to show Danny around the hospital. When Danny came out, he realized it was a mental hospital. The old man was so bad he started to pick on one of the patients. The patient gets angry and stands up to teach the old man a lesson. Danny punched the man and knocked him down. It was an accident or nothing. A bunch of doctors hold Danny down and tie him to the bed and give him a bunch of pills and Danny falls back into a coma. The patient came back to Danny and told him he had to get out of this place. The old man told Danny that he could only help him call his family or friends. Then he untied Danny and took him to make a phone call in secret. Danny called the Chinese woman and asked her to come to the asylum and get him out. But the Chinese woman said why should she save him? Danny's thinking was simple. She was the only one who didn't want to kill him. But the woman didn't want to offend the richest family in New York for someone she'd only met once. Danny hung up the phone and fell into despair. What Danny didn't know was that his every move at the hospital was being watched by the ward boys. According to Danny's account, Ward's father had sent someone to look for the crash site. But there were no martial arts monks or temples. And Danny's phone calls were also being monitored. To find out more about Danny, Ward went to the martial arts center and found the Chinese woman. No matter how much Ward asked about Danny, Annie wouldn't talk. Ward was ready to use his kryptonite to find out about Danny from Annie. Annie came to the hospital to find Danny. When she saw Annie, she thought she was coming to save her, but she pulled out a document that Ward had asked Annie to sign. A document that Ward had Annie sign that proved Danny was dangerous and would keep him here forever. Annie wants to know why. Danny told Annie that Danny was a threat to the Ward family, the richest family in New York, and that half of their company belonged to Danny. Annie doesn't want to get involved in their fight, so she takes the file and leaves. Danny asked her to do him one last favor and give the bag to Joey. Annie came into Joey's office and handed her the bag. Joey opened the bag and there was a bunch of candy. Joey looked at the candy and instantly cried. She finally believed that the man was really her childhood friend, Danny. Annie dropped the bag of papers and told Joey to tell her brother Ward that she wasn't signing the papers. Ward came by and bumped into Annie as she was leaving.